Our next presenter is going to be Ulrike Fiedler, Chief Commercial Officer at IDT Biologika. And today she'll be talking about their expansion of their human vaccine, gene and immune DS, and fill-finish capabilities. Ulrike, we'll turn it over to you.
Hello. Yes,
Yep.
Thank you for the introduction. And I think we will first see our video. Yes, so this was our video showing our facility in Dessau, Germany. And what you see here is our poll question, and it would be great and very much appreciate from us if you could answer to this question. So are you looking for any mRNA manufacturing capacities, or is it more than vaccine drug substance capacities, especially on suspension technology? Or are you more interested in large molecule vial filling capacities? So this is our question because we want to find out what is really the need of our customers. And that's why we set here different opportunities for answering. Either you're interested in RNA, vaccine drug substance, or fill and finish capacities. And this would be great if you could give us the answer and help us to focus on our customer needs. So then let's continue with our presentation. So this is, we are basically IDT Biologika is a CDMO specialized for manufacturing of human vaccines and gene and cell therapeutic manufacturing. And we are also doing the fill and finish of biologics. So our core competencies are in the space of vaccine manufacturing is manufacturing live viral vaccines. These can be attenuated or recombinant viral vaccines up to BSL-2. Then we can do the manufacturing of inactivated vaccines, and this goes up to BSL-3. But we also focus on manufacturing of other modalities, such as recombinant subunit vaccines, virus-like particles. And this is all about the vaccine manufacturing space. And in terms of gene and cell therapeutics, we're using the expertise we have in manufacturing of viral vaccines also for manufacturing of viral vectors. And here we have also different vectors we can manufacture, lentivirus, adenovirus, or AAV. And also in the space of oncolytic virus, we have a lot of experience also up to commercial manufacturing. In terms of fill and finish, so as our name already says, we do also the filling of biologics. This could be RNAs, this could be proteins, but also, of course, monoclonals. So on the next slide, you see some figures and figures. So actually, IDT Biologika is quite an old company. So we have about 100 years of experience in manufacturing and developing vaccines. And so that's why, of course, we have seen a lot of different viruses and bacteria in the last 100 years. And we do the commercial manufacturing since 30 years already. We are a family-owned company with about 1,500 employees. And you see on the bottom on the right side, our site in Dessau. This is our headquarter, Germany. This is about 1 hour away from Berlin. And here we offer a full end-to-end service, really starting from process development until release and storage of commercial manufactured batches. On the left side, you see our operations in the US. Here we focus mainly on a clinical trial manufacturing up to phase 2. And we have about, this is close to Washington, this is in Rockville based, and we have about 100 employees here. I think what is important to know is that we have EMA, FDA, and ANVISA approved our facilities in Dessau. So that's why we are, of course, working according to these regulations. And so you can come with the different products to us, and we are fine with that. So coming to our end-to-end services, as I said, in terms of vaccines and gene and cell therapeutics, we can offer the end-to-end service. So what we do if a customer comes to us, we, of course, if it is needed, do a process development or do a process validation or process optimization. That's why we have a quite strong D in our name. We have a dedicated process development department for that. Further to that, we can do the drug substance manufacturing, and I come to that later, that we offer especially for this modalities, different process technologies. And we can, of course, also do the scale up. In this case, that's the same for fill and finish. In terms of packaging and storage, we do this also on site, and also the quality control, the input test control, but also raw material control up to release testing. So that's why in terms of the vaccines and GCTs, we do everything at the site, and we offer clinical trial material manufacturing, but also commercial manufacturing. If you look at the other biologics, what I introduced before, we don't do the drug substance manufacturing, but we are focusing on the fill and finish. So we start here with a process transfer for the formulation and the fill and finish, and of course do also the analytical development. And here we normally start with a phase 2 to 3, so we are more focused on the late stage manufacturing and commercial manufacturing. And the type we are offering for filling is vials, pre-filled syringes, and we also do the assembling of auto-injectors. So what you see here on the slide on the bottom is our current available capacities. And as I said, if you are working in the space of vaccines and gene and cell therapeutics, we have to offer different modalities. So that's why we have for adherent cells, cell factories in different stage or different sizes. We are offering iCELLis technology also for adherent cells. And then for suspension cells, we are offering still tank reactors on a different scale for the transfer and scale up and development, starting with 50 liter up to 200 liter. And the new capacity, what I'm introducing here, is our facility we are just setting up, where we have finally 4 to 6 times 2,000 liter bioreactors up to BSL-2. And coming back to the different modalities we are offering from production, we have also roller bottles. This is quite an old manufacturing technology, but we still offer this also for our customers. Now coming to the really the new facility we are setting up, you see a picture here on the slide. From the timeline, we are just in the terms of setting this up, and the first transfer will be able from November of this year, and the commercial manufacturing can start from April of 2023. So if you're interested, especially in this capacity, it would be good if you get in contact as soon as possible, that we can accommodate you in the transfer into these facilities. In terms of drug substance manufacturing, we have also the capacity from Q2 2023 to offer 4 times iCELLis 500 for adherent cell cultures up to BSL-3 in our facility. So if we now switch to the filling and fill and finish of our biologics, we have 2 new capacities we can offer and setting up. The first is a large-scale filling line for liquid products and vials up to BSL-2. So we have different sizes of vials, 2 or 6 or 10 hour vials we're offering. It's mainly foreseen for biologics, including suspensions, especially in the vaccine manufacturing. It is important that you can also do the filling of suspensions. We have a filling speed of 32,000 vials an hour, so it's a high-speed filling line. I think the most modern of its art we can have. And we have a lot of controls, like 100% camera inspection is an isolated line. And the first product transfer is planned from the end of this year, and the commercial manufacturing can start next year. And besides this high-speed filling line, and you see a picture on the right side with the isolator technology. This is actually the isolator we already have at IDT with 3 times 4 square meter time for LIO capacity. The second capacity we can offer at the moment is a small-scale filling line, which can also be used up to BSL-2. And here we have small batch sizes. That's why it's mainly recommended for gene and cell therapy. For LIO, it's up to 3,000 vials a batch, and for liquid, it's up to 10,000 vials. So here we can offer capacity from the end of this year on for clinical and commercial. So in terms of enlarging our capacities, so I introduced the drug substance and the drug product enlargement. We, of course, doing also investment in new viral visual inspection and packaging. So we will have a new high-performance automatic visual inspection also from the middle of next year, and it connects, of course, to the new filling line. So we can also here have about 36,000 vials an hour inspected, and it is mainly also foreseen for large batch sizes and commercial supply. Of course, we have other opportunities for visual inspection, but this is a new line we are putting online. And in terms of packaging, you see on the right side that we have different packaging lines and possibilities for vials, syringes, and also device assembly. But of course, we are investing in packaging dependent really on the needs of our customers, what is really needed. And we also have the opportunity to do multi-packs with our modern packaging lines. So basically, this is what I wanted to introduce to you. Actually, that I give you an overview about our general capabilities in terms of vaccine manufacturing and also gene and cell therapeutic manufacturing. And especially the focus was on my presentation, what will be available on short term in 22 and 23. This is a new drug substance building for suspension cells and iCellus technology. And this will be high-speed filling line for liquid filling of vials, and of course the corresponding packaging and visual inspection capacities. Yes, with this I would like to close here, and of course I'm happy to answer your questions. I think there was one question to IDT question for the US side. Is this only for vaccines, or does this include LIO or liquid for MAPS? So actually, in general, IDT is focused on biologics, but with a special focus on vaccines. And we can do in the US side filling of MAPS, but not the drug substance manufacturing. I think there's a very special question I would take with me. Yes, so there's 2 very special technical questions I think I take with me and answer you later.
Okay.
So there's also a question if we are still in the Proveo consortium and offering ADCs. No, we are not. We are not longer in this consortium, and we are not focusing on ADCs. Our focus is really on vaccines and cell and gene therapeutics.
Ulrike, you mentioned that you are increasing your BSL-3 to your drug substance capabilities to BSL-3. Can you share with us the technology that you're using to do that?
Yes, so we had a special request at the end of last year on a BSL-3 manufacturing, and this was a manufacturing with adherent cells. So this was we had to manufacture an active virus, which then gets inactivated, and for that we will need to establish BSL-3. And this was really a big project for IDT, but we were able to set up this BSL-3 facility within half a year, and we are now doing the commercial manufacturing for that. So this is especially important if you work with the original viruses and want to get a vaccine quite fast on the markets, and it could be that you need to start with a higher BSL-3, and this was established, and we are now manufacturing this as an inactivated vaccine.
Fantastic.
And the manufacturing technology is iCELLis. It's the commercial scale for iCELLis.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Ulrike. I really appreciate your new capabilities and your approach to really this end-to-end manufacturing solution. That's tremendous.